Right, now we're going to talk to Mr. Neil Buhne, who's the UN Humanitarian Resident Coordinator in Pakistan. Mr. Neil Buhne, thank you very much for joining us on PTV World.
It's a privilege to be on this program when you're talking about someone so great as Mr. Edhi.
Exactly. Thank you very much for that statement that you gave. Now, as you've been working for the humanitarian coordination in Pakistan, what are, in your words, are your thoughts today for this great humanitarian?
Well, there's this expression in English about someone walking the talk, and maybe that's not appropriate for someone as great as Mr. Edhi, but you talk about principles. You talk about what the UN is based on, which is human rights, dignity, worth of every individual. You talk about tolerance, living together in peace. And Edhi, through what he did individually, starting up the foundation, and then as he built it up and managed it and reached hundreds of thousands of people, I mean, he embodied the humanitarian principles. I was watching your program earlier and was quoting him as saying that all humanitarianism is the basis of all religions. And it's the basis of the universal values that the UN is based on as well. And he embodied those. And I would hope that these tributes that are being provided to him today draw more attention to the work that he did, the values that he led his life by, and that people can learn from that.
Right, and as you have, really explained that very well, you spoke about tolerance, which is such an important thing that we need in today's world. How do you think that other people can rise, not just in Pakistan, but globally, in carrying on the humanitarian message of tolerance?
Well, in one way, it's hard because you need to break through your own prejudices and barriers that you may have been brought up with. But I think Edhi also showed that it can be quite simple, that just through the way that you treat humans as humans, not as members of a particular community or someone from one caste or someone from one religion or someone who's rich or poor. And I fundamentally believe that part of every human is about empathy, and you just need to have people such as Edhi to exemplify that empathy and give more people the choice to act on the good side of their personality, on the open side that does things, rather than being captured by intolerance and hatred, because he was about peace.
Thank you very much. You've summed that up so perfectly. Mr. Neil Buhne, UN Humanitarian and Resident Coordinator in Pakistan, thank you very much for joining us.